Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers 1 minute at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I'm your other host, Johann.
And we're at minute 109. This minute begins with Carmen and Zander fending off some warriors and ends with some more noisy warriors. So it's just a warrior-filled minute.
Yep.
So I wanted to bring up something about this set that I forgot about the last minute, actually. This set is kind of a prominent set just because it's the same set that they filmed Wizard of Oz on.
What?
Yeah, the Bug City set where they're inside the cavern and everything is the same set that they shot Wizard of Oz on, and is one of the largest sets that they could find.
What's seen in Wizard of Oz? Or is it just like the soundstage?
Soundstage.
Okay, I was gonna say like.
Yeah, you don't remember the Bug City set for Wizard of Oz where Dorothy goes down there, like tries to starts dancing around with the Jitterbug.
I'm not saying bugs. I'm just saying like underground. Because when you said set, I thought they were reusing a set, not a soundstage.
Yeah, as I said, she dances with the Jitterbug.
No, all right. You said the same set.
I know. I misspoke.
Yeah. That's where I was just getting confused on. That's why.
No, it's the same soundstage. So it's the biggest soundstage that they can find. Most of these rocks were made out of styrofoam. Yeah. So make it easier to move around and whatnot. But this is a big set that they had.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was not outside. Jitterbug.
Yeah. God.
So the minute starts off and Carmen and Zander are just firing heavily into the warriors, trying to fend them off, moving back and forth. Carmen kills one. Zander moves in front of it and backs up into a hole where two warriors are coming up right behind him.
Yep.
It's looking pretty grim for these two.
All right, so this is the part where Johnny's saying that we got to get Carmen, and then they kind of believe that Carmen is dead at this point.
Kind of, yeah. They hear it going on over the radio and everything.
Yeah. Zander in the script actually tells Johnny that they know that she's probably dead, not Ace.
Okay.
So, I think it's in the next minute, but where they say like you're disobeying a direct order. It's because Zander tells Johnny not to go after her.
Okay.
Because they think that she's dead. Because it's weird that like, okay, why won't they explore a possible distress call? And it's not because they're supposed to go to a regular where their meetup is at. It's because Zander made a direct order not to go. So that's kind of the direct order that happens in the script. And they kind of keep it in the movie, which is weird because nobody actually says a direct order except for Johnny.
Yeah.
So in the script, they're supposed to really show that Johnny is a subordinate to Zander because a bug hole opens up at this point. And it's about to swallow the Roughnecks, like all the warriors come up. Johnny wants to leave. Like, like there's all these bugs coming up now. Remember, like the floor's kind of structurally unsound because of that Hercules that toppled over, and they were right next to where those tankers were. Not tankers.
Mm-hmm.
What were the ones that shoot the plasma? What were they called?
Plasma bugs.
Plasma bugs. Just that. All right.
Yeah.
For some reason, I drew a blank.
We never really talked about them.
Yeah. All right. So they want to leave, and Zander says, "I'm giving the orders." And they kind of get stuck there for a little bit because Zander doesn't know what to do because it's kind of his first firefight other than the rescue mission. So they're supposed to be stuck among all those bugs that are going through them.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So during that fight, Zander gets injured. And that comes into play later on in the next couple of minutes. That Zander is injured at this point. And it's kind of the same that happens in the movie where his leg gets pinned. So Zander is supposed to be injured at this point where they're fighting off the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like Xander's supposed to be fighting him above ground, but in the movie he's fighting him underground. But remember, he takes the place of Deledier the entire time.
Yeah.
The timelines are similar in the script, but it's just the placement of characters that are different.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just real weird.
It's a bit strange, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's continue with this minute.
Yeah, so Zander, he gets tripped up by one of the warriors. The warriors actually does like a sweep of the leg kind of thing.
Sweep
I like
the leg,
that.
Johnny.
Yeah, well, sweep the leg, warrior number 5, aka Johnny.
Yeah.
But he goes down, and Carmen is trying to attack or shoot the bug that did that. Only has a few glancing shots because she's not aiming at the nerve stem again.
Nope.
And she gets...
Don't you find it weird that it doesn't do that much damage?
So, again, I think, as we've seen beforehand, like, we saw Johnny and the crew when they were in Willie's Wildcats not do too much damage either. But as soon as they got more experience in the Roughnecks, we saw the Roughnecks just mowing them down.
Okay,
and
so
even
you
at
think...
the outpost. I think it's experience, yeah.
Okay, so it's just a placement shot type thing.
I'm thinking, yeah, because Carmen and Zander probably did have some, boots. They know how to fire a weapon because they're military personnel, and they need to know how to do that just in case. But they're in their cushy, Corvette, just flying around, doing high G turns and everything. They don't know where to place the shots perfectly like the Roughnecks do. So yeah, I think it's mostly their inexperience, because if it was Johnny, Ace, Sugar, and a couple other guys down there, they probably would just mowed them down. We may be able to see that, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So...
But Zander goes for his weapon and gets skewered through the thigh.
Yeah, so he's injured. That's why I wanted to remind you that he's supposed to be pretty injured at this point in the script as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just that Zander gets really, really injured. But this cut here that happens to Zander, it's on the inner thigh.
Mm-hmm.
Being as I just binged Dexter to the trilogy kills, or Trinity kills, and ended the binge there, because that's where Dexter should have ended. This should kill Zander.
So, yes, it
He's
should.
got seconds.
But remember what we talked about with Christian a couple weeks ago, how taking out the skewer could hurt him more by releasing the blockage. So it's still in there.
Yeah, but still, though, he shouldn't be able to last as long as he does in the film, because it is still a major artery.
I understand, but you need to understand what he has under his jumpsuit right there in that spot as well, too. Do you know what it is?
No.
Plot armor.
Oh, well, yeah.
He needs to stay alive for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
That's probably the only reason. I mean, Carmen should be fine because she gets skewered as well in just a few seconds, but it's in the shoulder.
Yeah, and through a bit of the clavicle.
I mean, she's injured, but she's not mortally wounded like Zander could be.
Yeah, but okay, so we've been dealing with some of the medical inaccuracies of this film. There's a scene where, because Carmen's shooting the bug that's hitting Zander, and you can see the claw moving up and down from the leg.
Mm-hmm.
That, other than the fact that is incredibly painful, that should have kind of been the end of Zander, because there's so much blood being blocked up that eventually there's pressure that should have scored it everywhere.
I think I may have seen it right now. I'm at 1 hour 48 minutes and 22 seconds, where Zander moves back and holds on to probably one of the puppet's legs.
Yeah.
It looks like his leg is bent up, so the skewer is right below his femur bone.
Yes. But then right at 25, where Carmen is shooting at the warrior bug kind of jumps a bit, and you can see the skewer.
It comes up, yep.
Yeah, out and then back in. There should have been a lot more blood at that point. Probably that could have done it for Zander, because it could create a new opening. And then now you have just this unblocked artery.
Well, maybe this is a surgical warrior, and he knows
Jesus
exactly
Christ.
where to cut. I mean, that's the only thing, because he's not dead. I get it. Like, he should be dead if they nicked that artery really good.
Yeah.
But he may have not done it then. I mean, it's a huge skewer too. I don't know how they wouldn't have done it. Plot armor, as I said.
Yeah. And then 4827, the warrior bug stabs Carmen through the clavicle and part of her lung.
Uh-huh. I don't think it's through her lung, because lungs are a little bit slower.
That it could have actually like glanced it a little bit, maybe. But
I want to think
that
it's
is
between, like, the shoulder blade and the clavicle.
That is a huge opening, though.
It's pretty big, but it's not the lungs. I think it's a little bit, maybe a couple inches above it.
All right, so 27, you can see where it goes through, but 28, it looks like it bends a bit. So I don't think the placement is just right till later on.
Yeah,
but it looks like it goes through, right through the clavicle, and then when she turns, the claw kind of gets distorted with the CGI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've dislocated my clavicle, and you're just in so much pain, it's so hard to move your arm. I don't know how she does it later on.
Well, so I was listening to the commentary about this too, and so Dini Meyer and Casper were talking about it and saying, oh, that's kind of funny how, like, she's not too much in any pain, like, later on in the movie. And then Verhoeven actually did say, well, I tried to make her not use it too much, but, she did what she did. But, I mean, I was trying to the director telling her, hey, your arms really hurt. Don't use it.
Oh, geez.
Kind of thing. But she doesn't really, get that, I guess. Like, she moves it just a bit from time to time. I think at the very end, we'll get to it, but at the very end, she actually has her arm up around either Johnny and Carl's arms or shoulders,
Yeah.
So I don't think she listened, but Verhoeven was definitely trying to get her to say, hey, your arm is pretty much dead. Stop.
Yeah. All right. God dang it. God dang you.
Well, then we get Johnny looking kind of distraught, like, oh, she's alive. No, she's dead. Sugar then says, well, you heard the lieutenant? Rescue party.
I can't believe we're finally here. I've been waiting for this minute for so long.
Oh, this is it?
Yeah, remember I've been talking about I can't wait till we talk about this because I laugh at him.
I do.
So,
because go for it, man. I mean, I'm giving it to you.
So he seems to be very excited to be the second in command because remember, Ace is his friend, but he knows he's not a second command. He's just going to be a grunt like everybody else. He stays a private, even in the aftermath of the movie, which we'll obviously go over. Sugar is supposed to be gone at this point in the script, but in this, because Zander is weirdly in the script, and this character makes no sense, kind of. But anyway, so Sugar seems to be so amped and excited to anticipate Johnny's needs as a leader. If you pause it at 4840 and look at Sugar, he's like ready to go and he's like marching. He's like, I know exactly what my EXO needs.
Mm-hmm.
And where Johnny says cancel that, the look of disappointment in Sugar Watkins' face of being wrong of what his potential, or how do you say it? Not potential, but the one that he wished he formed a bromance with. He seems so bummed to not be on the level with Johnny that it hurts him so badly.
Yeah, I'm at 48 seconds right now, and his nodding and his looking down. He's like, I thought I was right.
Yeah, he really wanted to be the second in command to Johnny, that he did not anticipate him properly. It was just, it's so funny because I'm not saying that the actor, but he puts so much into this command, and then when he finds out that he's like not right on the order, it doesn't hit him in like a second command level of like I was wrong. Like it hits him on an emotional relationship level to Johnny, and it's so funny.
But that's the thing though, like he's right. In like if it was any other time, he would be right. Johnny would want to do this, but because Johnny has this, duty filled mind now that he's thinking of the greater good,
the greater
more than
good.
more than anything else. He's thinking, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I got to complete the mission. It's about our mission now, not Carmen. And he belays that.
Yeah,
he knows better.
I know, but it's just so funny to see the disappointed look in his face.
Yeah.
Because he puts so much into making the call on the field that like, all right, I know what he wants. Let's do this. What? Mm-hmm. No, you're breaking my heart. I just think like the way it's delivered, the way it's portrayed is just so funny. And it's one of those, it's so funny because it's not supposed to be funny.
Yeah. Jeez. Poor Sugar.
Yeah. So Johnny gives the comms back to Ace, so it looks like Ace is the comms commander now.
Yep.
Which is, I guess, good. In a way that's a promotion, but not a high promotion, but it's a trusted promotion.
Yeah, he's still private because at the very end of the movie, we hear him Private Ace, whatever his last name is.
Yeah. Not freely. I know it might be in some people's head to complete, but he's from KISS. But because he even admits it earlier that when he was given the option for second command, he knows he's not that good to dispense orders. He can fight, and that's what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. So he's no longer motivated to climb that chain, but he knows that he can fight, and he's going to give it all he got.
Yeah. Gosh, I mean, that's really the end of our minute, though, because, I mean, nothing else happens right that.
Yeah, well, Johnny just gives the order to continue the mission. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. But do you have anything else that you want to speak about this particular minute, then?
Nope. I've just been waiting for that moment just to get it out again, because when we started this, I wanted to talk about it. And it's just one of those, like, I did not think it would take 100 episodes to get to where that minute is.
We finally got it.
Yeah,
man.
But it's so hard to continue that motivation of how excited I was versus, like, it finally happened. Jeez, all right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just, it was one of those things I always laughed at. Like, I'd, like, not laugh out loud, but I'm just like, oh, poor Sugar.
Poor Sugar.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where the minute ends.
All right. Well, where can they find you, Mr. Han?
You guys can find me on Twitch and Instagram at JDASHD26. On Twitch, I am jumping around between Monster Hunter because there's a new festival and Far Cry 5, which has just been such a great game. You guys can also find me on Twitter at OMG It's Johann.
You guys can find me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere on the internet from Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. Guys can also find us going around on the social medias at the Roughneck Min. That's MIN on Twitter. Guys can also go to our Facebook group, the Roughneck Minute Billet, Billet, to continue the conversation and talk about wrestling and other stuff, including Starship Troopers, at our mainly Starship Troopers, site, whatever. You can talk about anything there, but try to keep a little bit of Starship Troopers in there.
Yeah.
Man, Rico would be an amazing person for the Bullet Club, I think.
Yeah.
He'd be a good roster. He'd be a good thing for that stable right there.
He would be a great, second in command there.
Yeah, I mean, I just because I keep thinking of Rico, Rico in the movie and Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Finn Balor, pretty much the same kind of body type. They look the same. So, I don't know. Guys, go ahead and also please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or any other podcast you guys can find. I appreciate you guys listening to us for this long. We're almost at 110 minutes, and we're coming up on the end of this movie real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking it out with us, guys. But I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I've been your other host, Johann.
We will see you on the bounce, troopers.